the Milo protest, and I decided to, it's a very nice day, come check it out. And take a picture now. There's an empathy tent. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Empathy tent?
There's an empathy
So
tent.
like within 3 minutes of my arrival, like 2 bombs exploded, right? And
Were they
then,
bombs? What were they?
I mean, they were bombs, not like big bombs, not evil bombs,
Yeah.
but bombs. And then I took a picture of the empathy tent and I posted on Facebook saying like, Berkeley will be Berkeley, like it doesn't matter, right? And Chipas can bomb the hell with the thing. Like Berkeley will still.
Is that tent over there?
Yeah, it's that white tent. On the other side it says empathy tent, come here to talk if you're like feeling not great and if you want to chat. If you want to have a good time.
That's great.
Probably
It's like
someone will
a,
like give you a
it's a safe
massage.
space. Wait, do they
I
actually?
don't know if it's.
That
I don't know if
sounds
it's like
so
a.
Burning Man.
That sounds great. Right? Yeah, no, I think it's more Burning Man than safe space.
Right.
Yeah. I think if it was just like
I
a
think-
safe space tent, I wouldn't like it. So
Gotcha.
that's my current take. Cool.
It's a 360 camera.
I have a friend who showed me one of those. They're pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm about to travel through
A few more people.
middle and southern states, and, like talking to Trump supporters, but not in a setting like this, because I feel like in a setting like this, no one's going to be able to get deep, and the conversations I want to have.
I mean, if you need a Trump supporter, there happens to be one right here. I changed my mind about Trump like about 5 times within the last 6 months.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
So now
I
you're for
hate it.
him.
But I have like a very complex and very long explanation for why.
Gotcha.
And I might be like the only person in the entire United States who actually can explain why he's not like as incredibly terrible as most people think.
Okay. Tell me a couple of the reasons if you want to.
So let's see. So the first thing that I was surprised by was like I watched the Steve Bannon movie, The Torchbearer, and it turns out that like his ideas are very close to the ideas of a professor that has been actually fighting for free speech, Jordan Peterson,
Right.
and he's been fighting for like a specific interpretation of the instrumental value of a bunch of things, including Christianity, that I think like has a pretty decent like set of evolutionary reasons for it. So this is like not a very deep explanation, but it's more or less like this, right? So you have like different systems of ideas, one of those systems, and different mythologies, and those systems are kind of evolving over time, just like everything else, right?
Right.
Culture is evolving, and then it seems that the mythology that surrounds Christianity has been, even though like I don't particularly feel great about Christianity at all, and I never did in the past, but like it has been the only surviving mythical organizing system of ideas that at the same time preserves the value of the individual, which is the kind of thing that can have free speech, but more importantly the kind of thing that can suffer, right? So like individuals suffer, groups won't suffer, and also that prevents, like on the one hand kind of a descent into nihilism, and on the other hand an ascent into being like a group-like political system, such as identity politics, or like more like an anthill, like a superorganism, like communism or something like that. And in both of those cases, right, both if you descend into nihilism or if you ascend into superorganism level, each individual becomes disposable. And if the individual becomes disposable, that's like very undesirable, because then you have, then it makes sense to have labor camps, and it makes sense to send millions, like anthills send millions of ants to war. Usually like big dictatorships or countries that are based on the idea of groups will also send like a bajillion individuals to either wars or labor camps or something like that. So the mythology that surrounds Christianity happens to be, not because it's true, like it's not true, it's just like it's instrumentally using the idea of the individual and of individual suffering as the focus of attention. And that has been like inscribed all the way into the Constitution in the US. And that's like really good. Like that preserved, that prevented an enormous amount of suffering that countries that either descended into nihilism or like ascended into more communism or fascism, which are more like identity politics based, didn't have. And I think that even though Trump isn't he isn't the best person to be doing the job of preserving that system of values and that organization of values, but he's the only one that was in the right situation to end up in that place, and he's the one that Bannon picked up to promote.
What do you define as the situation? What do you mean?
I mean, he had enough money to be able to put himself out there in a giant megaphone. He already had enough fame and reputation to become the beacon of that idea of the individual and so on.
Yeah.
And people are worried about his narcissism, and that's sure, he's a narcissist. That doesn't make whatever he's gonna do that bad. He wants to defend his reputation over the long run, and he wants to have the last thing he does be as cool as the other things he did. So that's a few reasons. There's way more. I've spent at least 1,000 hours on this, and I don't expect to ever convince anyone, in less than 5 that makes any sense.
True. Have you written about this, or where do you put your thoughts?
I mean,
because I assume that your circle are mostly liberals.
I know maybe. I only know 3 other Trump supporters, and all of them, just like me, are immigrants. I don't know any American Trump supporter that I can think of, born and raised in the United States.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And
weird, right?
Yeah, because his immigration policies and everything like that. What are your thoughts about that?
Right. I mean, so for one thing, I actually read his book because I was, if you're considering his ideas, it might as well be worth reading what he actually says.
Right.
And reading his ideas about immigration, I think that what he wants to do is just to change the shape of the line, right? So 1 million people are going to come into the United States no matter what.
Right.
The question is, should they be PhDs, masters, and people who really, really fought for it? Or should they be whoever happens to be geographically located near? And I think it would be better if the people who fought more strongly to come to the United States could do it, right? I, for instance, was geographically located far, but I literally spent 6 months of my life dead set on the goal of figuring out how to come here, and then I did it.
So you made it here by yourself,
I came here to do a degree, so I'm doing a degree now.
Got it. Okay. What are you studying?
Biological anthropology.
Oh.
Don't tell my anthropologist colleagues anything that I said here. They will immediately find reasons to. They will immediately find reasons to exclude me. Hey, how are you doing?
Good. Hi there. This is a 360 video, so you're on here.
Low battery.
And
yeah,
my
I don't
phone
know
is low
how.
battery.
I'm gonna finish up.
Talk about
Yeah.
what
All right.
today.
Well, there's that.